Hi, everyone. Did you know that without bees, there would be no flowers? And without flowers, there would be no nuts. And without nuts, there would be no Justins. Today, we will show you how our company, Justins, can improve their brand by creating a product that's both sweet and sustainable. My name's Abby Weiss, and I'm joined by my consulting team members here at Justins, James, Jada, Alex, Christian, and Zach. We recently examined 5 potential new markets for Justins to enter. The options were sunflower seeds, almond milk, toaster pastries, potato chips, or honey. After carefully analyzing the market attractiveness, fit with brand image, financial attractiveness, and operational feasibility, we recommend honey because it delivers the strongest combination of financial return, brand alignment, and growth potential. Now that I've introduced you to what we've been working on, I'm going to pass it off to James to discuss why honey rises to the top in terms of market attractiveness and long-term potential compared to alternative new products.
Thank you, Abby. The question I'll be addressing today is whether or not honey is an attractive market for Justins. After analyzing several expansion opportunities, our answer is a resounding yes. Now, we looked at large categories like almond milk and potato chips, and while attractive in size, entering them would put Justins at an immediate disadvantage against established players, while smaller markets like toaster pastries would be too small and too fragmented to be a worthwhile market. This is what makes honey the strategic sweet spot. First, the market is perfectly sized for us. At the third largest annual market size we analyzed, it has a reliable consumer base, but it isn't so concentrated that we can't make an impact. The category is growing at a constant, predictable pace, making it both a realistic and an attractive venture. Second, the financial viability is exceptional. Honey shows great markups in distributor and retail markets, making honey an attractive market for both distributors and retailers to buy, effectively increasing sales for Justins. The strong margin is the engine behind our projections, which show a high internal rate of return, strong net present value, and a very short payback period. Justins is uniquely positioned to win here. We already have a powerful brand presence and consumer trust in the natural spreads aisle. Honey is a natural product extension that allows us to leverage our existing brand equity to capture a sizable market share right from the start. The honey market offers Justins the perfect combination of manageable size, outstanding financial returns, and powerful synergy within the Justins brand. From a market perspective, this is our opportunity to solidify our leadership within the natural food space and drive significant growth. Thank you, and I'll hand it over to Jada.
Thank you, James. Honey provides us with the best option because it fits well with Justin's brand and nut butter packets. The honey packets align with that natural, sustainable, and clean label for the sustainable and premium brand. It can also be co-marketed with nut butter for snacks and spreads in campaigns and promotions. On top of this, it also has lots of favorable margins. And when we're looking at the numbers, it has a 50-cent distributor price, low variable costs of 29 cents, and $1.23 billion growth potential at 5.2% annually. These are strong revenue opportunities without that massive marketing expense. When looking at the other options, we have our toaster pastries, and although those are relevant for that snacking, it has less of a natural fit. There is a higher variable cost of $1.10 and 10% marketing expenses, which could cause profitability to be reduced. Lots of promotional investment would also need to be used to educate consumers and differentiate from brands like Pop-Tarts and Nature's Path that are a lot bigger in that market. And then market growth is higher than honey at 6.8%, but it comes with harder competitions and higher barriers to entry. When looking at almond milk, it fits that natural and plant-based idea. However, it could dilute the brand focus. There's thinner margins because it has a distributor price of $1.28 and 77-cent costs at 5% marketing means. And it has high competition with almond milk brands that already dominate the market, such as Silk and Khalifa. Although there would be a high growth rate, achieving that share would be difficult given the intense competition from those other brands. As for sunflower seeds, they align with that snacking idea and the natural foods. However, it doesn't fit that brand image and could cause major brand dilution. Sunflower seeds have a low price point of 50 cents with decent margins, but smaller market at 464 million. Justins would also need to have stronger campaigns to differentiate from stronger brands, and there is a moderate growth, but there's limited revenue potential for that market share. And then last of all, potato chips honestly have a poor fit with that natural brand image. It doesn't relate to the nut butter idea at all. There would be higher prices at $2 and 15% marketing expense, so profitability would be challenging. And the market is already dominated by Lay's and Kettle, so lots of money would be needed on ads and differentiation to gain that needed attention for the Justin's potato chips. Although potato chips has a large category size, there would be slow growth of 5.4%. I'm now going to pass it on over to Alex.
Thank you. Up to this point, we've shown how honey fits the market and aligns with our brand. Now we'll walk through the financial side of this decision. Honey is the strongest financial opportunity. It delivers the highest MPV at around 5.5 million, creating the most long-term value for us. Its IRR is about 61%, the second highest overall, signaling excellent profitability. And it has the fastest payback period, just over 2 years. This means we recover our investment faster with honey than any other option. Honey also combines a healthy market with low costs. The market is big enough at over $1 billion, but not too crowded that we'd be squeezed out. Capturing just 2% of the market share in 5 years would give us a solid foothold. On the cost side, honey is cheap to produce and scale. With modest startup and marketing cost, that makes it both easy to enter and efficient to grow. Comparing honey to other options, almond milk is the closest challenger with an MPV of around 5 million, but its IRR is much lower and startup costs are higher. So returns come slower with more upfront spending. Sunflower seeds post the highest IRR, but the market is small, which caps long-term value. They also have the lowest MPV. Toaster pastries offer some growth in a $1 billion market, but they require specialized equipment and face strong competitors, which makes profitability weaker. Potato chips sit in the largest market by far, but Justin's would capture only a tiny share, and high startup costs make them a poor financial fit. To be transparent, honey does not win every single metric, but honey offers the best balance of value, payback, speed, and scalability. So when we weigh all 5 options side by side, honey clearly offers the best blend of profitability, efficiency, and growth potential. But strong financials only matter if the product is practical to produce and scale. So to walk us through the operational feasibility, sourcing, and manufacturing, I'll hand it over to Christian.
Hey, thank you, Alex. So I'll be talking about Justin's sourcing, manufacturing, distribution, and logistics for 5 potential products that we were talking about. We'll look at where Justin has a strong alignment and where the fit is weakest. So like we said, honey is the strongest fit because Justin already uses honey in some nut butters. So sourcing is well established with ethical beekeepers. Manufacturing is simple. It only requires filtering and packaging, so it fits easily into current facilities or co-packers. For the distribution, it's a natural extension since honey is shelf stable and widely accepted in both natural and mainstream groceries. Finally, the logistics are pretty ideal. They're non-perishable, dense, and low risk of breakage. And then for another strong fit, we said sunflower seeds. Sourcing is very similar to nuts, and the company already has expertise in ethical and sustainable procurement. Manufacturing requires only roasting, seasoning, and packaging, which are processes that align well with nut butters. The distribution would be an easy fit in healthy snack aisles, and logistics are also efficient since they're lightweight, shelf-stable, and simple to ship. Now for the almond or the moderate fits, we said almond milk. So on the sourcing side, Justin has a clear advantage because they already purchase large quantities of almonds. The challenge comes in manufacturing though. Liquid processing requires pasteurization, homogenization, and specialized packaging, which is very different from the nut butter. This likely means they're relying on co-packers. Distribution also adds complexity. Refrigerated almond milk requires cold chain distribution, which increases cost, though shelf-stable formats could also work better. From a logistics perspective, refrigerated products are expensive and complex, while shelf-stable options would fit more easily with an existing system. Another moderate fit would be toaster pastries. For example, on the sourcing side, Justin's can leverage its existing relationships for organic wheat, fruits, and natural sweeteners. Manufacturing is more specialized if it requires baking and equipment. filling equipment, sorry, which Justin's doesn't currently have. With that being said, it's scalable through contracted manufacturers, and distribution is a strong opportunity because pastries fit into natural and organic retail channels, and could also expand into mainstream breakfast aisles. Logistics are pretty favorable since pastries are shelf stable and packaged for bulk movements. And for the weakest fit, we decided to go with potato chips. So sourcing requires high volumes of potato and oil, which doesn't align closely with Justin's existing supply chain. Manufacturing is very different, requiring industrial scale frying or baking and large capital investments. Likely that it only is feasible through contract manufacturers. While distribution is accessible, the snack aisle is already highly competitive. So that means, finally, that logistics are less efficient. Chips are bulky, fragile, and less cost-effective to ship compared to Justin's current line of products. And I'll be handing it off to Zach.
Thank you, Christian. Today, we explored 5 possible new product markets for Justin's: almond milk, toaster pastries, sunflower seeds, potato chips, and honey. After weighing market size, brand alignment, financial returns, and operational feasibility, honey clearly stood out. It connects directly to Justin's identity, reinforces our sustainability mission, and offers the strongest balance of profitability, growth, and authenticity. Our recommendation is clear. Justin's should launch honey as the next product line. With the highest MPV, a strong IRR, and the fastest payback period, honey is not only authentic and mission-driven, it's also the most financially attractive option. This is more than a sweet addition. It's a strategic move that strengthens Justin's brand, expands its impact, and sets the company up for long-term growth. The opportunity is clear, and now is the time to take it. Thank you guys so much for your time.